How's it going, guys? Y'all look really good. You guys see my girlfriend? All right, sorry. I'm in trouble for that one. Okay, it's really hard to describe your life story in like a couple of minutes, so I'm just gonna kind of do post-high school. But I accepted Christ as my Lord and Savior, and I was pretty young. And so right out of high school, I went to Grand Valley, and the first year was absolutely awesome. I made a lot of great friends. I was involved in multiple ministries, and I was doing a lot, and I felt close to God. And towards the end of the year, though, I lost a lot of those friends. We got in some fights over stupid stuff. I regret it. But I lost a lot of close friendships, and it was just lonely for the last month. So I went off to summer, and we left, came back to Heartland and everything like that. And I went to Spring Hill, and I worked there for summer, and it was super awesome. Yeah, that's right, Spring Hill. And so then I went back to Grand Valley that second year, and it was really difficult to go from such a Christ-filled environment like Spring Hill, teaching God every day, to Grand Valley where I had no more friendships anymore because I burnt them all, and I had nothing left for me. And from day one, I've failed so many classes, and the ones I passed, I skimmed by and barely got credit for. And it was just a whole lot of Netflix. And any League of Legends players out there? Yeah, a couple of them. Yeah, just as an example, like one game's about 45 minutes. I had over 3,000 games played. All I did was play League of Legends. And my roommates weren't Christian, and they drank every night. And so it starts off with, I'll just go have a beer with them, right? And then really, really quickly, it turns into drinking all the time. And I found that people liked me when I drank. I was fun, where no one wanted to talk to me when it was middle of the day. But once I got some alcohol in me and I lightened up, everyone wanted to talk to me then. And so I wanted that acceptance. So that's how I found it. And it left me empty. And so when the end of the year came, I had no one to ask to room with me the next year. It's weird for a third-year college student to not have anyone to call and say, hey, do you want to be my roommate next year? There's one person I did, and he said, no way. And so I was just so unpleasant there. And so I decided to come back and go to U of M Flint and get involved here. And I wish I could say everything got easier once I moved back, but it didn't. That loneliness, that isolation, that hurt just continued. And this part's hard to say. I'm not going to butter it up. It's part of my story. Here, I felt so rejected. No one had time to make me their friend here or to take me out to coffee and search my heart. But people had time to talk bad about me, and people had time to make these bold accusations and assumptions about what kind of man I was without ever getting to know me once. And so, to be honest with you guys, the only reason I'm here today still and on this stage is because I signed a contract to lead a house party to the best of my abilities. And I'm so glad I did that, because I would have been gone. I wouldn't have learned these lessons in forgiveness and healing and turning the other cheek and loving people when you don't feel they deserve that love. But there's a cold, hard truth, guys. Not everyone that's here who comes through those doors is going to be signing a contract. And if they feel mistreated, they're not going to come back. And so I just want to encourage, let's be a place where we invite people. Let's be a hospital for the broken, not a morgue for the spiritually dead. I want to be like therapy for those hurting souls, and not a courthouse sentencing those with a bad past. And I have no anger and no bitterness anymore. Don't get me wrong. This is not some revenge plot or anything like that. I love every single person in this room with all my heart. But this is how I felt a few months ago. And that's where it was at. And now life is still going. It's still really hard. I'm still struggling with a lot of pain in my life. I was living up in Flint, and I was asked to move out from my brother's place, so I'm back at my parents'. I hate my major. Absolutely hate it. But I'm going to finish it out and then go where God leads me. But God has instilled a hope in me, and God has instilled, I'm meant to be here, and I have purpose, and He's going to use me, even though I'm suffering with some parts of my life. It's okay. And I'm pretty excited to see what God does in my life. I love you all very much. I mean that.